Hello and welcome to the second video in my Loupedeck series. This video is going to look at a full project, start to finish, of me editing on Lightroom using the Loupedeck to give you an idea of how you can use it as well. So I've got basically a blank catalogue here just to start with. I'm going to import the pictures. Now the Loupedeck has a button that you can press to bring up the import dialog. I have mine set to C4, so if I press C4, brings up the import dialog, and then I can navigate to the folder where my work is. Now we have the photographs imported. I'm going to go through and rate which ones I want to do. So now I have the rating section here. I usually just kind of rate everything with a number 3. It's just the easiest to get to, I guess. So I'm going to go through and use the directional keys to flick through and find the images that I want to edit. And as you see, I'm just quickly going through and just sort of grabbing pictures that I think are going to look the best. So now I have all the pictures that I would like. So I'm now going to switch over to the develop module, which I have set to C3. So I'm going to press C3 and it switches over to the develop module. Now as I've rated all the pictures that I would like, I want to just bring up just the rated images. So what I can do is press function and the 3, because I've rated all my pictures as 3 stars. So press that, and then it brings up all the ones you see in the film strip at the bottom that just have the pictures that are rated 3 stars and above. And now I'm going to start using the dials to just slightly edit each picture. So do the exposure here. Because this is food, I want a quite high sort of clarity and really bring out the colours with the saturation, so I'm just going to change that. You can see on the right hand side how it's changing that as I go. Now what happens if something goes wrong? You do an edit or something that you were not happy with, you can always press the undo and redo buttons. So now as I'm doing this, you can't see where my eyes are looking obviously, but now I've got a pretty good idea of how the Loupedeck is laid out. I can now just sort of focus my eyes on the screen, so I'm not really looking at where the knobs and dials are that much. Obviously there's some custom dials on this is the Loupedeck Plus. So D1 I have set to sharpen, so I can just adjust the sharpening a bit. And I can zoom in. I've got this custom button here, C5, set to zoom, so I can just zoom in. I can just check how much detail we've got going on. Now if you want to adjust the settings for the sharpening, obviously we've got amount, which is changing right now, but if you want to adjust the radius, the detail and the masking, I can do that on the Loupedeck Plus using the custom mode. Now when I press the custom mode key, you see it lights up and it makes all these dials here secondary function. So the sharpness settings are these 3 dials here, so I can move this one, that's the amount again. Detail, so I can boost the detail here using the contrast, and the clarity one, adjust the radius. I'm quite happy with that. So now I can press custom mode and we're back to the original, the standard settings here. And see, I'm just adjusting slightly, just trying things out, just poking and prodding at the picture. I can now check what it looked like before and after using the key. So now I'm happy with that. I might have a similar picture that might need a similar editing style, and rather than go through it and keep adjusting like I have just done, I can copy the settings from this picture and put it on another one. So I have the copy button here, which I can press and it basically copies all the developed settings that I've just done and stores them, so when I go to another picture that looks fairly similar, I can press the paste key and then the settings are pasted. It might be that you've not realized that you need those settings and you've gone to this picture and then gone to the next one and you haven't copied them. Well, that's no problem, because you can press the function key and paste, which pastes the settings from the previous picture that you've looked at. So I can go to this one, I'll go to the next picture, press function paste, and the same settings are pasted. Obviously this is not the same picture and it looks a bit funky, but you get the idea. So now I might get to a picture where I want to crop the picture slightly. So to do that, we have the control dial here. The control dial you can use to rotate, so I can just turn it, that's it. Now if I want to zoom in, I have this the D1 control dial here, which I can use to just zoom in, and then I can use the directional keys to move that crop area around. And when I'm happy with what I've got, I can just press the control dial and it sets the crop. Now there might be certain colours in the picture that I want to really bring out. So in this picture I probably want to bring out the reds in the strawberries. So these colours wheels all represent the sliders in the develop module. So if I just start moving them, you'll see on the right hand side that that's changing the slider for red there. Now I can press the buttons here so to change the saturation or the luminance, and I can use this to bring out the red. So I'm going to bump up the red luminance slightly, bring up the saturation a bit as well. I don't think I want to change the hue that much, but I'm going to try it. No, it's not really working. So if I'm not happy with what I've got, I can just press the button in and it goes back to 0. So what happens if there's something in your image that you would like to remove? Well, I can activate the spot removal tool using L2. Now I can use the control dial to adjust the size. I can use the dial here to change the feathering. I'm also going to zoom in, use the spot removal, change the size, and then we'll just remove that. So it's looking a little off there. I don't want to touch on that plate, so there we go. And when I'm done, I can just press it again. It's a little rough, but you get the idea. So some of you might want to use split toning just to add a bit of colour to your images. Now you can do this on the Loupedeck via the custom mode. So I can press the custom mode key here, and then it activates this area. These 4 dials now become the split toning. So I can adjust this, and you see it goes straight to the hue. So this is the hue for the highlights that I'm changing here, and then this one becomes the saturation. And then I'll do the same for the shadows. So now I'm looking, I'm pretty happy with the pictures that I've got, and now I'm ready to export all of my pictures. So what I can do is press the function key and the up icon, which will select all the pictures in the film strip at the bottom. So as you can see, I've selected everything. Now I can click export, and it brings up the export dialog. Thanks for watching the video. I hope this has helped you understand a bit more about the Loupedeck. You can check out the first video in the series by clicking the link on the screen now. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Check out my photography work on my website. Link is down below. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so give me a message, tell me what you thought, and I'll see you next time.